Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
Let's see what we got. Hey, you're on with the car guy. Hello.
Oh, is this the world famous Big George?
Oh my God, is this San Diego, California? My God.
What's up, my brother?
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. It's a darn shame.
How's the weather out there?
Actually, my friend, it was at 93 yesterday.
Oh, I gotta love it.
At 75. But
93 is not bad. Are you having any car shows out there?
Oh my gosh, my friend.
I bet every night's a car show downtown, huh?
Yeah, my friend, it's amazing. If you were living out here, you and I would be doing a show every freaking weekend.
I'll bet. That sounds great.
It's nice.
That sounds great. How you doing? What are you driving now? Aren't you driving a Beamer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, a Beamer convertible.
Friend of mine.
Are you're the ultimate yuppie? You moved to San Diego and bought a Beamer convertible.
George,
they call that a yuppie.
Very well, you're my dear friend named Sandra. Quit beating me up.
But don't call you a yuppie, right?
I know. Come on, man. Remember, I destroyed my boots hollow, so I had to get a Escalade after that.
Oh, I remember that. I remember the Escalade, and I remember the one before it. What's left of it?
I know you do,
well, it's always good to hear from you, buddy. I'm glad you called.
Hey, brother. Hey, my friend. But you know what's disgusting about how GM is doing that and going to Mexico as
it's just not fair. If they're going to use our tax dollars as an incentive, they should be hiring our people.
You know what, though? Our former president, my hero, gave them help, but to keep it here.
Well, exactly. That was the stipulation. Everything had to be made here. Now they're all running back to Mexico. It's cheaper to build, and there's no tariff to bring it up north.
I know, my friend, and that is
that situation. Somebody's making money off it, buddy, and that's exactly what's going on. And you and I that's above our pay grade. We're not going to figure out who's making money, but somebody is. You can bet on it.
I know, not us. I know that.
God, don't get me started. Ronnie, thanks for calling, buddy.
I know, George.
Yeah.
George, I love you. Tell Sandra I love her too.
All right, you got it, buddy. I will explain it to her.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Oh, boy. San Diego, California. I miss that guy. He was a great wrench out here in his day, but he retired out there, and he's doing real well. Why don't we talk? He almost got me started on that going to Mexico, but I'm going to resist the urge, Eric, to go off topic. I have a lot of stuff to tell people right now, and it's important. First of all, and everybody I know wants to know about this Tesla crash. Tesla rash. It's a rash, all right. It's a crash, and you've all heard about it. Everybody's talking about it, but you haven't heard about it. You don't know what we know, and we have ways of finding things out. The report provides more clues to the April 17th incident involving a gray 2019 Model S Tesla that hit a tree and caught fire in the Woodlands, a wealthy neighborhood in Greater Houston. Tesla is working with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, our buddies, and the National Transportation Safety Board. I don't know anybody there, and the two U.S. agencies that are probing the bizarre crash. It's not bizarre. Wait till I tell you. The vehicle sustained a significant front-end collision that may have damaged the battery and the power distribution center or battery temperature control systems, very important on those, causing the lithium-ion cells in the Tesla to ignite. That's according to the Harris County Fire Marshal's office. Well, howdy. Out here in Texas, I guess they're just having a ball out there, and that fire marshal knows better than the normal people that make the news. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe the news people know too, but they get paid not to tell you. That lithium-ion battery got them. That's what killed them. The latest fatal crash involving a Tesla vehicle turns the spotlight on drivers eager to take risks with autopilot and the competence of safeguards that should be in place to stop them from doing that. Remember I told you last week about the guy that put the chain on the steering wheel so that the car thought there was somebody in the driver's area? The biggest mystery related to the crash, which occurred April 17th in Spring, Texas, what on earth would compel the driver to abdicate responsibility for driving and physically move from behind the wheel? It may already be solved. Okay? This is what happened. We have witness statements from people that said they left to test drive the vehicle without a driver and to show his friend how it can drive itself. Mark Herman, constable of Harris County District 4, told Reuters last week. I don't think Reuters reported it quite that way, but they know about it. Reuters is owned by, I think, Gates. Anyway, I'm not sure. By one of them. Okay. Tesla's legal statements are clear. And this is how Elon Musk gets around this. The Model S owner's manual says it is the driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and be in control of the vehicle at all times. Well, what's autopilot mean? I mean, that's the manual, the Model S manual. But what about this autopilot? What's that mean? Separately, the company's general counsel told California regulators that autopilot and the full self-driving feature under development are, in fact, a driver assist system that requires an attentive human being who's responsible for driving. Well, does it say that? Well, let me tell you that when they tell them you have to be behind the wheel, they give them a wink and a nod and say goodbye. That's how this works. YouTube is awash with, you got to see them, with videos of Tesla drivers circumventing sensors that are supposed to ensure human drivers have their hands on the steering wheel. More egregious are the videos that show drivers reading newspapers or sitting somewhere other than the driver's seat. It remains unclear whether autopilot was engaged either at the time of the moments leading up to the April 17th collision. Now wait a minute. How in the world can you say, Eric, it remains unclear whether the autopilot was engaged when they had a guy sitting in the passenger seat and a guy sitting in the back seat and nobody in the driver's seat? How can you, in good faith, look at me in the eye and say, well, we don't know if the autopilot was engaged? Come on. Would you jump in the other seat if your autopilot wasn't engaged?
No.
You're just, it's like asking to die.
Exactly. Bunch of malarkey, if you ask me.
This is crazy. But this is how they have to report it. Oh, this is Consumer Reports. No wonder they're government subsidized.
Someone's trying to save their own job.
Oh, somebody's trying to save their neck.
Yeah, exactly.
CEO Elon Musk indicated that Tesla retrieved crash data from the car that showed the system was not engaged at impact. How are they driving it? Authorities are waiting to review that data and serve Tesla with search warrants. Well, I hope so. What was clear, according to police, was that nobody was seated behind the wheel. Exactly. And you're going to tell me, you're going to look at me in the eye and tell me that, oh, yeah, we didn't have the autopilot hooked up or turned on. Well, who was driving? Is there something wrong with you that you think somebody, well, these guys are dead, so it doesn't matter. You can't ask them. Okay? All you can ask is the little black box from the Tesla. And if they're smart, they're going to bury that little black box somewhere. Because he's one of the big boys. He's one of the fat cats. He's got the cash. He runs a lot of things because he's a gazillionaire. And he's got a lot of people that do what he tells them. And I'm going to tell you, if you come out and say to me that autopilot, and Elon Musk says that they have evidence saying it was not engaged, somebody's full of the proverbial beans, okay? Is that a nice way to say that? I did a good job, don't you think, of cleaning that up?
Excellent.
I just got to tell you, well, producers are supposed to zap that, so he had his finger over the board. Yeah,
I was already on that dump button right there.
yeah,
Like,
he was on the dump button. Don't do it, George.
Oh.
But I got to tell you, this is ludicrous to me. It's absolutely stupid and silly that you're trying to tell us that they were driving in. One guy was in the passenger seat, one guy was in the back seat, and they didn't have the autopilot on. And they specifically left on a road test so they could brag about how well it works. Well, they can't brag if you're dead. And they did. They burned up in a fiery crash. They hit a tree, and that lithium-ion battery just went kablooey. And the whole world burned up, or their whole world burned up, and it's done. So now you know how they cover up for Tesla and why. I slipped. I shouldn't have said that, but he is one of the fat cats, and that's why they cover up for him. He spends a lot of money. He owns a lot of different stuff. You'd be amazed. He might be the one that owns Reuters. I don't remember. I know I looked that up a long time ago, and I quit doing that stuff. I don't care anymore. But yeah, they all I care about is cars, and this is the biggest car joke. This is the biggest crock of old beans. Get your finger off that dump button. I'm not going to cuss, Eric. This is the biggest crock of
I got to make sure, boss.
I know, of old beans, stale beans that I haven't seen since the last time I watched Wagon Train on TV. I'm just telling you, this is not right. All right? Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft are now, besides fierce competitors, they're now good buddies. On what? We'll tell you about it. Uber and Lyft agree to share information on banned drivers in a push for more safety. Well, there's not only banned drivers they're talking about. Uber Technologies Inc. and Lyft Inc. on Thursday said they would share each other information on drivers and delivery workers they had banned from their platforms for the most serious incidents in an effort to boost safety. In other words, the company said such incidents would be physical assault resulting in a fatality and the more serious forms of sexual assault. Woo. Adding they hope to eventually share such data across the wider transportation and delivery industry. In other words, here's what they're telling us. You can't be a rotten driver and get fired from Uber and go work for Lyft. And vice versa. You can't get fired from Lyft and go work for Uber. And if you're a chronically bad delivery driver, you're out of there too. From both of them. And they're going to share notes. And they're going to talk about bad passengers. And they're going to share notes on bad passengers. And they will not pick you up if you're on the list, if you're a schmooze or whatever you think you are. Whatever you are. You're not. If you're on the list, you're not getting a ride. That's just the way it is. Here we have a little royalty of our own. Remember the royal wedding, and everybody gets up in the middle of the night to watch the royal wedding in England? Well, the next generation of the Ford family is poised to begin overseeing the company that their great-great-grandfather founded more than a century ago. Oh, my God. The automaker on Friday said Alexandra Ford English, daughter of executive chairman Bill Ford, and Henry Ford III, son of Edsel Ford II, have been nominated to the board of directors. They would replace Edsel Ford, Bill Ford's cousin, and John Licklider, who will step down from their seats in May. Here's the deal. Here comes the royalty of the Ford family coming forward to run, or just to run the Ford plant, to be the big wheels with Ford. It's kind of cool. It's our very own royalty wedding. We have to get up in the middle of the night and watch it. General Motors 2021 pickups without power. General Motors is making some of their 2021 pickup trucks without certain modules due to the microchip shortage. General Motors said Monday that due to the global semiconductor chip shortage, the U.S. automaker is building certain 2021 light-duty full-size pickup trucks without a fuel management module, hurting those vehicles' fuel economy performance. Uh-oh. They can't do that if their corporate fuel economy goes bad. The lack of the active fuel management, dynamic fuel management module means affected models equipped with the 5.3, that's the V8 later, Ecotec 3 V8, with both 6-speed and 8-speed automatic transmissions will have a lower fuel economy by 1 mile per gallon. Spokesperson Michelle Malco said, whatever that name is, Malcho. Malcho. I guess that's Malcho. Anyway, they're building them because they don't have any chips. They're building without that module. I wonder what else they're skimping on that they're not telling us, Eric. I mean, these guys have been put in some really bad situations. All right, and they're out of business. Number one seller at General Motors is the pickup truck. That pickup truck is it. That's their hot mama. Got a last story on Tesla here. Tesla Inc. is increasing some vehicle prices in the U.S. by as much as $10,000, according to the automaker's website, Tesla website. The biggest price hike comes on the high-performance version of the redesigned Model S sedan, which Tesla revealed less than 2 months ago. The Model S Plaid Plus, oh God, who calls their hot rod a Plaid Plus variant? Will now start at $151,190. That includes the $1,200 shipping fee, though. That's up from $141,190, including shipping, when Tesla announced the redesign in late January. The price of the Model Y long range has increased by $1,000 to $51,190, including shipping. He always includes shipping on all his vehicles, but I think it was the hot rod. Why do you call your hot rod Plaid Plus? That's just sad. What kind of hot rod name is that?
A very new general. I don't know.
I guarantee you, all I got to do is go to breakfast once at Blue Top on a Saturday or Sunday, and all the old gearheads that'll be there, and I'll tell them, hey, I need a new name for my Model S, my hot rod electric car. I might get some bad names I couldn't repeat, but because they don't like electric cars over there.
Figured.
But, well, they shouldn't. But I'm sure they'd come up with a better name than Plaid Plus. I mean, come on. Plaid Plus? Elin, you disappoint me constantly.